Hi guys, I'm Shalini and welcome back to my channel. I am very excited to be on here. As promised, um, I told you guys that I was going to do a follow-up video, an actual video on something that God has convicted me on, which is having a lack of patience. And I think this quality has been really been really has been really ingrained in me because of just how life is and what we all are as a collective. We are all going through, it's just a culture thing right now. It's a global culture, and I just wanted to come on here and do this video as a follow-up on my Walk With Me Chronicles video. So today what I am going to be speaking on is something that I feel is very important to all of us in this world, which is we need to slow down as a collective, as a just society. We need to learn how to slow down and really enjoy what life brings to us. So yeah, it's something that has been on my mind for a long time, and it's something that needs to be addressed. And in this busy world that we live in, I am really I feel really sad that certain things that we are doing, it's going to be really difficult to change certain things about ourselves and just the way that we live. But if we don't take some time to reflect and recollect and make adjustments, I can see where our health is going to be affected, where just our quality of life is going to be affected in a really severe way, a really drastic way, So yes, this idea of living a life that it's so fast-paced and so rushed, it's gonna take away a lot of our enjoyment of life. Even Jesus, he did not rush to go anywhere, and he had the most important job in this world, and he had the greatest title in this world. And somehow we mere humans, we feel like somehow we have some sort of oh my god, I need to do this, I need to do that, and it's always a rush to do things. Jesus never he never felt that way. He never felt rushed. He never, let me correct myself, he never rushed to do anything. He never allowed himself to be rushed. In fact, some of his greatest miracles were done in the natural, very late. When he rose Lazarus from the dead, he was some days, that was some days after Lazarus died. I can't recollect if it's 2 or 4 days, but yeah, he never rushed, and that's something that I am learning that is really necessary to come towards a thing in a way that is of clear mind, of a sober mind, of intentionality. Come towards doing anything or taking on any task or any undertaking with an approach of I'm at peace and I'm going to do this task at hand in the best way possible. and really truly take my time, you know. But somehow we feel as a society, somehow we feel as a people that we need to prove to ourselves for some reason or to others that what we are doing or who we are is our values really placed on, you know, our titles or how much we are needed or just our grind and our hustle, you know. And you know, legitimately those are all, you know, regular things, you know, like worldly things where, you know, working hard is not a problem, having ambition is not a problem, having desires are not a problem. However, in this day and age, I think it's really a problem where we have been placing on ourselves very, very unrealistic expectations. You know, back then there was a really, really nice balance where um, people would tend to, you know, take the time and eat with their families and spend time reading and playing with their pets and so on. And it really was a great time, I would say, just being from this generation where I have seen both. I've been in both sides of the spectrum where we would have had a pre social media life, and then now with social media it's definitely a completely life that we are all living, you know. So I just wanted to bring up some issues now. I'm just gonna go through some issues that we are having as a collective. Okay. Number one, we don't really have much balance in our lives. um, I'm very guilty of this, where I will be eating and I'll be looking at something on YouTube or on the net or on my phone or something like that, and I'm like, why do I have to eat and watch something on Instagram or YouTube? Like, why do I have to? And it's really an addiction, you know, that we have towards, you know, just being on our phones or being somehow distracted from what we are actually doing right now. And a bigger cause for a big resource of this sort of addiction is the presence of social media. I don't want to say social media is the cause of a lack of patience or us living in a fast-paced world, but it's definitely one of the biggest driving force of people choosing to choose to live in a virtual world as opposed to being very present and being very engaged in real life activities. So let's go on to what are the issues of living in this fast-paced world. So number one, there is no balance. Okay. We can't find time to do the things that we would find that's really fulfilling to us, you know. Most of the time it's just like, really think of it, as soon as you wake up you go on your phone, then you hustle, go to work, then you come back and then probably put on Netflix for maybe 3 hours, 4 hours at a time, binge watch. So there's like there has been a culture of just, I have to binge, or I need to look at this TV show, or I have to like be so addicted to, you know, things that are comfortable. Which brings me to the second point. We are addicted to comfort. We are completely addicted to comfort. Our technology has given us such a bad habit. It's given us such a feeling of, okay, so now I don't have to do this, that, and the other, because this machine can do it for me, that machine can do it for me. And we are now so addicted to comfort. We avoid any discomfort at any cost. And it's evident that in our life, in our society right now, just look at the way it's set up, where people are being ghosted in relationships. Let's just use that for an example. Using these apps, going on Tinder and whatever have you, on these dating apps, or even just looking at the realm of relationships. No one ever cultivates actual relationships anymore, and it's so easy for someone to use that that type of approach where they don't need any integrity, because of course they've gotten used to, if I don't like this person, or this person tells me something that I really don't like, swipe, 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 swipe. And people have gotten used to that, and have gotten used to doing things that requires no effort, basically requires no effort. So everything I'm saying here is just Holy Spirit just speaking. This is not pre-planned what I'm saying. Yes, I have my points and everything, but it's just the Holy Spirit speaking, right? Then thirdly, because of not having balance, etc., and being so addicted to comfort, we now develop a heart posture of impatience. Impatience, and it's the root cause. It's a core issue that we are having. And love is patient. There's no wonder why we have so many divorces happening in this world right now. We don't really have true love anymore. Yes, I just got disconnected. So yeah, you don't really have true love anymore, and it's because no one's taking the time to cultivate true relationships. We don't really take the time to enjoy and savor the moment. So that's disheartening, which brings me to our next point, which is our health is being compromised. Our health is being compromised because we have been so conditioned to go, binge eating, binge watching, binge everything, binge dating. So fast food, fast everything. So because that has been our culture and just the way we operate globally. This dog wanna bark right now, really. Our health is being compromised, and anything that is being done in haste, you will burn out, and your body and your mind and everything was created a specific way. It was created by God in a specific way to function a specific way, and requires, it's like a machine. It requires specific things in order to function optimally. And if we don't think of our bodies and our minds and everything in that way, then we will lose. And there's no wonder why we have so many mental health issues, especially amongst children. So I urge some people now to think about their kids and children, and what your life is actually how you are living, how it's affecting the younger ones, because they are looking and they are going to be doing the exact same thing and maybe even worse because of just being exposed to this out here. And finally, we don't take any time to actually enjoy life. It's like, even when I'm like, I look at a lot of YouTubers and stuff too, you know, and when I see, you know, I look at someone, they got a new house, and it's all beautiful and well and fine, and it's a beautiful home that they've gotten, and every season, you know, they would change decorations and all of that, and that's fine. But then this dream house, somehow it doesn't, like, you know, this doesn't do it for them anymore. And then after 2-3 years, they're already looking for a new thing, they're already looking for something else. And I'm like, but you just got there, you just settled down. So when are you gonna take the time to actually, like, live in a place, you know? And we have lost that, we have lost that ability to have grit and have stability and have tolerance. And we are really a very, very fleshly society, a very flesh driven society, where we only want to please our flesh. Oh, I feel like I need to have this and I need to eat it now. Oh, I need to like buy this and have it now. Oh, I need to date this person, have this person right now. And then no wonder why our world is failing, because the world system, the heads of society, they have created this system so that you can buy into this idea of comfort. And because humans are naturally inclined towards comfort, they will compromise what they truly long for an instant gratification. We are a society of instant gratification, that's what it is. And I speak to myself, this is me speaking to me, you know, not everyone out there. This is firstly for me. I said that on my channel, that I'm creating these videos for me and for everyone else who wants to listen, but firstly for me, because I know what it is like to live on this earth and have these real life issues, and no one's really speaking on them. You know, people are speaking about how to make this much money, how to have this much success and all of that, which is fine and great. But what about the real life issues? What about, you know, what's really going to affect your mental and your physical health and your spiritual health and your longevity and what is to come? Nobody's really speaking on about that. So I just covered that, and I want to just jump into some habits that I want to cultivate so I can bring back some balance and slow down. If you already are a patient person, very calm person, kudos to you. If you have a lot of self-control, kudos to you. Hook up a girl, let me know how I can be like you. But some habits that I want to cultivate to bring back balance into my life is, number one, I want to limit my social media intake. I'm not really a TV movies person, but I do love to consume a lot of YouTube. Guilty. So to limit social media, and so what I started to do is I've taken off Instagram and Facebook from my phone, yes, it's a temptation. So I decide to remove the temptation before I can like even be tempted to click on it and then check and mindlessly scroll for hours and hours. So I've decided to take off that and just leave it on my laptop and check on my laptop. And if I have to post something on Instagram, I'll just put it back on for an hour or so and post something and then take it off back, because it's very distracting. So I want to decrease social media to, whenever necessary to be used. I really have to work on my YouTube consume, how much I consume YouTube, or how much I use it. I really be intentional about it. So I'm thinking I like to like listen to sermons, etc. in the background, but even that can be not distracting, but it can be a little bit too much information at one point. So I have to find out a good balance between listening to the word and feeding my mind with good things, as well as allowing my mind to just rest. So yes. The second thing is, I just saw something here. Okay, eating and being more present. And guys, these are all habits that I'm going to have to cultivate and like take it one thing at a time and cultivate these habits, right? Also, okay, so eating and being more present, which just really means that when I eat, I can actually taste, take my time, sit down maybe outside in the balcony, etc., and just really enjoy my meals. And something along those lines with eating and being present is I want to start cooking food at least once a day, not like just cooking and storing it away, but cooking and actually eating that food that I've cooked every day. I think that's a really enjoyable thing, So yes, to eat and be more present. And I know some of y'all might be like, "Girl, you have a little too much time on your hands," and maybe I do. But I like the idea of just being able to be relaxed and have more time than like rushing for time. In the past, I was someone who like always fill up my schedule with so much stuff. I still do. I still have a habit of it, but at the same time, I don't actually do all of those things. So yes, let me move forward. I want to create more in-person interaction. So just spending more time with family, friends, etc. And I mean, of course, it's COVID now, but even if you have to create it with the people who are in your space, doing more things that are outside and outdoors, and just being more present and grounded. All right. And the next thing is taking time to actually pray and sit with yourself without any phones, locking the door, going into your secret place, and just you and the Father. That should have been number one, by the way. So yeah, taking that time and really being present with God and listening and silencing your mind. And I've noticed that a lot of times, if I don't spend enough time with my Father in heaven, He will wake me up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I will sit and I will hear his voice very clearly. And sometimes I think I will actually intentionally wake up that hour to hear what he's saying and really be in his presence, because at that time it's very, very special, because there's nothing to distract you, you know. The next thing is to do one thing at a time. So if you're like me and love to multitask, it's probably a good idea to like just slow down, take your time. If you're eating, eat. If you are playing with your pet, play with the pet. If you're drinking water, drink the water. If you are having a conversation, just have that conversation. So that is something that I am looking forward to actually cultivating. And next that I have on here is to exercise. Exercise brings a lot of balance into your life. It brings a lot of like happiness, and it's proven that once you walk and exercise, you bring a lot of serotonin into your body. Use exercise as a form of as a stress-free form of well, just being stress-free, and a form of releasing stress. Sometimes if you overwork or over exercise, that can actually could be counterproductive for your body and your health. So that's something you may want to look into if you overwork your body, right? The next point that I have is to not use a microwave. I think this probably ties back into with the eating and all of that, but yeah, just learning how to, take your time and eat and get your food organized. It's all of these habits are like conditioning your mind to be okay with not having things done exactly at this point, so that's what I'm trying to do, is condition my mind. Okay, so I don't have to have this right now, or I don't have to watch this TV show right now. I can, pace myself, take my time, so that's basically what it's doing. That's what I want to do, is to create not even a habit, a lifestyle of just being okay and being conditioned where I can have tolerance and patience if I don't receive something right at this point, because being impatient creates addictions, if you didn't understand. But that is something that's real, and no wonder why we are so addicted to things, so these are some things that I have been on my mind, and I wanted to share with you guys, because being on here is what is very purposeful for me right now, which is to share God's way, and I feel what God has been telling me, and to share what I feel He has been telling me to share, and is relevant to right now, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I look forward to more of these. So I'm not sure what my next topic is going to be about, but I will definitely be starting one habit at a time, and I will keep you guys updated on how my progress goes. And I will probably start with my health and eating first, health and fitness first as my habits. So I would probably document what that looks like, and have a goal cut out for a month, and see how it has been for me, and maybe you could join along. So I will keep you guys updated and posted, and yeah, much love to you all, and take care, and I hope you have benefited from this video. Okay guys, love you, bye.